Hello, my name is Kristen Oden, and I'm a grad student at Rutgers University, and I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about the profession of social work, what it is, what social workers do, and how you can become a social worker. Social workers are professionals that help people. After all, at some point, everybody needs help. Social workers can help people and families who may be dealing with problems in their home lives, their work lives, or even at school. These problems can include poverty, which is money issues, financial distress, just regular stressors, mental health issues, homelessness, addiction, abuse, physical illness, or discrimination and racism. This is just to name a few of the things that social workers can help with. But the basis is that social workers help people solve and cope with problems that occur in everyday life. Where do social workers work? Social workers can be employed just about anywhere. They can work in schools, hospitals, jails, mental health agencies. They can work for the government, drug and alcohol facilities like rehabs, or they can work for family services. Excuse me. There are school social workers that can help students. There are social workers that can help chronically ill patients in hospitals make decisions about long-term care. So really, it's a very wide field, and they can be employed just about anywhere. What can social workers do? Social workers can help students who need assistance in school. They can help parents find jobs according to their experience and skills. They can help people recover from addiction or mental illness. They can help families communicate better. They can help individuals who can't afford to go to college, or really just help anyone who has a problem. There are also clinical social workers who can diagnose and help treat mental, behavioral, and emotional issues. But really, social workers can help with any type of problem that anyone is having in their lives. They're really there to just connect folks with resources that may be available in their communities, things people may not be aware of. So let's look at an example to make this a little clear. So say your friend Jake from class seems to be getting in trouble more often than usual, like he's falling asleep in class or he's not turning in his homework on time. And you ask Jake if he's okay, and he says yes and insists that he's fine, but you know that Jake is not fine. So this pattern continues, and you're starting to feel concerned for Jake. Finally, Jake tells you he's been having to watch his baby sister until late at night because his mom got a new job and has to take the bus because his family only has one car. The bus route only runs at certain times, and she gets home pretty late. His dad hasn't been home much because he is in rehab because Jake's dad has a drinking problem. So how would a social worker be able to help this family? Well, let's take a look. For this example, a social worker could help in many ways. The social worker may be able to help Jake's mom find a job that's closer to home so that the bus route wasn't so long, or perhaps help her find a different mode of transportation altogether. A social worker could help Jake's dad work on his sobriety through counseling and help him find a job or help him go back to school if that's what he wanted to do. A social worker could help Jake's family find affordable childcare options so that Jake didn't have to watch his little sister so often. And then they could also help Jake, since his time management is a little off, having to watch his sister. They could help him make a study plan so that he's not falling behind in school, and help him be able to get to bed on time so that he can stay awake during the school day. Or perhaps Jake needs a tutor. They could help Jake out with that too. Life can be difficult sometimes between school, friends, family, and everything else. It can be really overwhelming. We get a lot of pressure from media, especially social media, Instagram, Facebook, things like that. People are always posting the best versions of their life and not necessarily the struggles that they're going through. So we can feel that pressure to have our lives together and behave and act perfectly all the time. But that's impossible. We're all unique people with different needs, different strengths and different weaknesses, and sometimes you'll be the person that needs help, and sometimes you'll be the person helping out. And either way, that's okay. But if you like to help people, being a social worker might be a great career field for you. So how do you become a social worker? Social workers are trained through both education and experience in order to be able to help individuals whenever and wherever they need it. It takes a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, or a doctoral social work degree with a minimum number of supervised fieldwork hours in order to become a social worker. So supervised fieldwork hours are kind of like you actually doing the job, but someone who's been doing the job longer than you will assist you or supervise you while you're doing it, just to make sure that you're doing it correctly, or be there in case you have any questions or anything like that. So it would be like, you riding your bike for the first time. Your parents aren't just going to, let you go and not give you any assistance. They'd be there to obviously to watch you and make sure that you were okay. And then after you got good at it, then you would be able to do it by yourself. So social work is a great field to think about going into if you like to help people. And just remember that it's always okay to ask for help, because we all need it.